Hey friends, welcome back to another video. I am going to be going through some questions that I've gotten about red light therapy since I released 2 videos now talking about my experience with red light therapy. The first one is kind of my story of over the last few months that I have been doing it and the amazing benefits that I've seen. The second video was all about my routine, just step by step what I do in my red light therapy every day and like how much time, how close I am, all of that. And I've gotten a lot of great questions from you guys in the comments, and so I wanted to just go through and answer a few of those right now. I do want to say here up front, if you are still wanting to get an EMR Tech panel, they have extended their sale. It was supposed to end yesterday. I don't know exactly when this video is going to come out, but it was supposed to end on the 10th and they are extending it until the 13th. So they let me know that my coupon code is going to be still active. They're going to keep it on until the 13th. So you do have a few more days. And I do know that this is not like a small purchase. They're serious pieces of equipment and they are not cheap. And so, I mean, with everything, but especially something that is such an investment, do your research and like be really confident that this is, what you want to do. And so you have a few more days if you want to take some time and do a little more digging, a little more research, and decide if it's really good for you. You can do that and then still get the 30% discount. I don't really know how often they do the 30% discount. Typically the coupon codes, like the affiliate codes, are for 20%. You can get that anytime, but then occasionally they'll have some sales. Like I know they did Black Friday and around the holidays, they did the 30% off. So I'm not sure when that deal will roll around again, but of course I will let you know when it does. But again, if you are watching this after March 13th, you can always use my coupon code Indigo for 20% off your order from EMR Tech. And that does stack on top of if an item is on sale on the website. And it's like they have the regular price and it's like crossed out and there's the red number, new price, sale price. The 20% coupon, or right now the 30% coupon, will stack on top of that sale price. Now getting into the questions, I want to address this one first, and it is, and I've seen this on so many different red light therapy videos, not just my own, it's just a very common comment or criticism kind of, and it is just, why don't you just go outside and get sun? The assumption here is that we can get the exact same benefits of red light therapy with a device as we can get going outside in the sun. And I think that's a little bit naive when you think about how different people experience the sun in all different parts of the world and in all different parts of the year. To say that I can just go outside and get the same benefits from the sun that someone over in Africa right now can get is just, obviously it's just very different. And absolutely, if there was a way for me to get the benefits that I have seen just by going outside and not having a device, I would absolutely be thrilled about that. I would be sharing it, shouting it from the rooftops. And like I said in my previous video about my red light therapy story, it's possible. Like there is some conceivable way that I could structure my life and my time such that I get the benefits from being outside that I am currently getting from doing red light therapy for 20 or 30 minutes per day. I already do spend a lot of time outside. We have a farm, we feed animals, we do yard work. I do prioritize getting out. I try to be outside at sunrise. I don't always succeed at that, but I do, if I'm not going to be outside at sunrise, I will try to open a window at least so the light is coming in. So I have certain habits in place where I am getting outside as much as is feasible for me to continue the lifestyle that I currently have. Now, I do recognize that I could completely change my life such that I'm living outside 6 to 8 hours a day, and maybe that would be enough to get the benefits from the sun that I have seen from the red light therapy panel. That's possible. That's not practical for me in the way that my life is structured. Also, a lot of these benefits you can get from having less clothing outside. So I don't really live in a place where it's socially acceptable to just, go outside with no clothes on for hours and hours of the day. Pretty quick, I'd probably get shut into some kind of institution where I wasn't going to get any natural light at all. So we're not going to go that direction. So what I'm saying is there's a conceivable way. I don't know for sure what the exact method would be or the protocol, but there's a conceivable way that I would be able to get the benefits I'm receiving from the red light therapy panel from being outside. For me right now, it's not practical to try to figure that out, first of all, because that would take a lot of work. And I'm imagining that it would take a lot of time and energy and a lot of changing of my lifestyle in order to make that happen. And so for me, it makes a whole lot more sense just to do my 20 to 30 minutes on the red light therapy panel in the morning, and I'm good to go. I do want to say also, though, that the red light therapy panel is not a substitution for going outside. Like, not at all. That would be kind of like saying, if you take a supplement, you don't have to eat food. It's like, no, it's a supplement to enhance or to add to supplement what you're already doing. And I value greatly being outdoors and getting natural light and getting, our hands and feet in the dirt and being in touch with nature. We moved out to the country. We got animals. We have property. We have the forest where we can walk. We've made walking trails through the forest on our property. And we really prioritize and really value outside time. And we have created a life. Now, obviously, we could go further, like I was talking about. We could live outside more hours of the day. We could wear less clothes outside. Might also get a little bit cold in a lot of times of the year, but we could. But it's a little more than we're willing to change in our lives at this point. But all that to say, we have created a baseline of outdoor time, natural sunlight, and obviously we get more certain parts of the year, less certain parts of the year for obvious reasons. And I have found that the supplementation of the red light therapy has brought me incredible benefits, not just like a little bit. And I try not to, make any claims or try to be hyperbolic about things that I talk about. But when something has impacted me so incredibly profoundly, both, how I feel and how my brain functions, and then also with the hard data that I showed in my previous red light therapy video. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. I mean, I have a graph and it's just like, it's like so obvious that it's having a profound effect on my body. And those benefits I have not seen from spending time outside. I don't devalue time outside. I value it greatly. And it is the foundation. It's our lifestyle. But the supplemental red light and near infrared light from my red light panel has been a game changer. All right, next question I want to address is, has your eyesight or skin changed for the better since starting red light? So as far as eyesight, that's one of the benefits, that's on the list, the huge list of benefits of red light therapy. And that's something that I am looking for, pun intended. And I really hope that I get the vision benefits of red light therapy. I can't say anything definitive at this point. I keep thinking about it, like I'm like, is that clear? And if my vision does start to improve, I'm imagining it'll be like a slow progression. So it might be really hard to realize it, and I might need to go in and get an appointment at an eye doctor and actually have the test and see where I land as far as my prescription. I don't have terrible eyesight as it is. It's a pretty low prescription. I am nearsighted just a little bit, so I am keeping an eye on it, another pun intended, and I will let you know if I notice anything profound. As far as skin, I saw a huge change in my skin from when I healed my gut. That was like the biggest game changer for me as far as my skin goes. Before I went on the SIBO protocol, my skin was in a pretty rough spot. I have been dealing with rosacea for all of my adult life, and it had turned from just regular rosacea to pustulary rosacea, which is awfully fun. You can tell just by the name. It is rosacea that basically looks like acne. So that was not great. And I was almost carnivore at the time when my skin was the absolute worst. And I know that my gut health was really bad at that point. And it took some work, some protocols to get my gut health in order. And I saw a dramatic improvement in my skin after that. And so it's really hard to say what red light has done specifically for my skin, because I was already, trending towards doing pretty good with skin, and any more improvements, it's hard to say. Is it just more improvements because of my gut health or more improvement because of red light? I'm certain both of those things work together. Red light and near infrared light that penetrates the skin is actually shown to be beneficial for gut health also, because it actually can make it through the skin there, which is so crazy. So anyways, I know that it's a combination of both, but I can't say, I don't have a dramatic before and after skin story from the red light therapy. I will say though that during and after red light therapy, my skin just feels softer. It's almost an immediate thing. If the light is shining and you feel your skin, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so soft. Next question is about sleep. Just wondering if you've noticed any improvements in your sleep and or your sleep scores on your ring. Okay, again, this is another one where my sleep was pretty good before I started the red light therapy. So like I talked about in my other video, wherever you're deficient, where, the place where you're struggling, if something is having an effect on that, it's really obvious. Sometimes it's just harder to tease out the effects when things are already pretty good, same as, my skin. So I do think that my sleep is better. I think my restorative sleep percentage has gone up. And as far as my sleep scores, they've always been pretty good. But I will say in the last month, I've had 2 days where I got a perfect 100, which I had never gotten before. So I don't know if that's just random or if it means something, but I do think that my sleep has improved. I don't have the hard data with the sleep scores, going going straight up. But what has been more obvious has been my sleep schedule has changed. And I am naturally waking up earlier with energy for the day. Before I'd be sleeping until 7:30. And now I wake up at 5 or 5:30 on the dot, and I'm just ready for the day. So it's been really nice to have that boost of energy in the morning and get my workouts in early and have more quiet time. That's been really cool. And then I'm tired and ready for bed by 8:30 or 9:30. Most nights I'm in bed by 9:30, so I'm still trying to get that 8 hours of sleep. But the waking up early without an alarm has been really, really nice. And I imagine it has to do with my circadian rhythm being more in rhythm. I don't know, because of doing the red light therapy in the morning right around sunrise. Next question is, isn't it true that the closer you get to the panel, the greater the benefit? So yeah, in a certain way, yeah. So the closer you get to the panel, the higher the dose. So there is a whole way to dose your red light therapy if you know the power of the panel that you have, and then you can know if you're at this many inches away, you're getting this much, and so on and so forth. It gets pretty complicated with a lot of math, and I have not really delved into that. In my routine video, I showed you exactly what I do, and I've gotten great benefits from doing that, so I haven't really changed it. So the way I would word it is, the closer you are to the panel, the higher the dose of the red light and the near infrared light. But one thing from the FAQ on EMR Tech, they say they want you to stay at least 5 inches away from the panel, and that way you won't be exposed to any of the EMFs. There's low-level EMFs from any electronic electronic devices. And so you want to just be at least 5 inches away. So typically I'm anywhere from 6 inches to 2 feet away, probably on average 1 foot away at any given time while I'm doing my red light therapy routine. Next question is related to my iron deficiency. And it is just, did you check your B12? B12 deficiency can cause low ferritin. And then some advice on different kinds of supplementing B12. So I did get my B12 checked early on when I first found out that I was iron deficient, and it was kind of low, like mid low range. And so I did want to get that up, and I started supplementing. I used Athletic Greens to supplement with. My husband had been using it for a while and had seen some really good benefits. And so I went ahead and just supplemented with that for a few months, and my B12 just shot right up. That was one thing that gave me the clue that like the absorption wasn't my problem, because I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm not absorbing nutrients. That's why my ferritin is low. I'm not absorbing the iron. But the way that all the other micronutrients I was deficient in just shot right up as soon as I started supplementing, it made me think, I don't think that's the problem. And to this day, I still don't think that that was my underlying cause. But I will say that getting my B12 up and my other micronutrients up, like folate is also very important. That didn't fix my iron deficiency. I was able to get my B12 and my folate up really quickly. And then it was still, 2 or 3 years of iron deficiency that I was dealing with. So I know that's an issue, like the underlying cause for some people, but it wasn't for me, and I was able to get that B12 right up really quickly. Last question I got a few different times, and that's just the question about methylene blue and if I have tried that. I'm not going to get into what methylene blue is. If you want to do the deep dive into that, there's tons of info online. It is a supplement. We'll just call it a supplement, and it can enhance the effects of red light therapy, like the mitochondrial effects. And I have tried it. I did a very low dose. I think some of the doses that are being recommended are kind of crazy big. And so I just did a very small dose. And the main thing that I noticed is that it made me jittery, almost like a caffeine high. And I did not like it. And I will say that I actually tried methylene blue before I started red light therapy a few times, and I didn't see the HRV impact that I saw with red light therapy alone. So I don't think that methylene blue does the same thing as red light therapy. I think there's some overlap, but for me, I found that it didn't give me the same benefits as the red light therapy. Now, I don't know about, it would be interesting to try like a week where I do the methylene blue an hour or two before the red light therapy and see if it enhances the red light therapy effect. And if I do see any changes with my data on my ring, I might play with that. But all that to say, I have tried it. The main thing I noticed was it made me feel jittery. I didn't care for it, but I might continue to play with it. That's all the questions for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any more questions about red light therapy or about anything else, because we will be talking about more things besides red light therapy going forward. My channel is not turning into an only red light therapy channel. I just really wanted to get the info out. Well, because I've been so excited about it for the last 2 months and been bursting to tell everyone, but I, wanted to hold back. And then also the 30% sale at EMR Tech is a really good deal right now. And so I just wanted to get all the info out and give everybody the chance to get the best price on these devices as possible. So we're doing a lot of red light therapy right now, but we will be going back to our regularly scheduled topics here pretty soon. So leave any questions about red light therapy down below, or if you have other questions about other things, put them down below, and we will get to them in another Q&A video. Thanks for watching, guys.